We are back. Peanut Gallery. Let's talk about Bound for Glory.
The very last Impact Wrestling pay-per-view.
Ever. Obviously, we'll explain more later, but let's get into it. Chris Sabin versus KENTA for the X Division champion. A good opener.
It was a good opener. I thought it went a little too short for my taste, but it was pretty good.
There were a lot of the matches during the show where I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, oh, it's over. Oh. All right, sure. It was fun. It was fun how it is.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it was a well-paced match.
Right.
I think because it was the opener, they just wanted to get the feet wet, and I think they successfully did that well. I hope we see more KENTA in Impact Wrestling. I think he would be a great fit for the company, even if it's just temporary. Obviously, he signed with New Japan. I love the working relationship with them in New Japan. It's great. And it was a cradle shock for the win. I'm going to give it a full thumbs up.
Yeah.
I like the match. I think it could have been more, could have been better, especially given it was basically a one-sided rivalry because KENTA didn't show up on any Impact Wrestling tapings before this. So, there you go. Monsters Ball. Rhino, PCO, Steve Maclin, and Moose. They did a lot of things right here. I like the match.
Yeah.
It was a fun car crash. PCO, I swear to God, he wants to get crippled.
Yep.
I love how they present before Monsters Ball. I really like how they do, you're trapped in a room for 24 hours without food or water, and now you're pissed.
Right.
I really like how it adds to the match.
Yeah, it adds a little bit of lore to the match. So you don't never know what's going through their heads as they are engaging in this bout.
Right. It actually adds a lot of depth to the match, and I really like it. I really like the fact that Steve Maclin was essentially screwed by Bully. That's going to start that rivalry, so I'm happy about that. They explained how everybody got to this match quite well, actually. I was so happy that they did that because it just looks like a bunch of random guys, you know? PCO taking a bump on a thing of cinder blocks with tacks. This guy wants to die.
Right, he's like an older version of Darby Allin.
But PCO has the body to take it. He is a thicker dude. He is not 100. He's not 100 pounds soaking wet with 2 cinder blocks tied to his ankles.
That's true.
And Darby Allin does a hell of a lot more than that. Did you see him in his little trike thing? I'm hurt. My arm is broken, but let me do a trike thing and land on the arm. Good job, guy. And it was a detonation on a chair for PCO to win. It was a guilty pleasure. I'm going to give it a full thumbs up.
Absolutely. You gotta have a little bit of hardcore in there.
Yeah, this is Bound for Glory. Monsters Ball is a mainstay, you know? All right, Tag Team Championship match. The Rascals and ABC. This was a really good match. I full thumbs up, by the way.
Absolutely.
It was close to a 2 thumbs up. I am surprised that they took the titles off of the Rascals.
So soon, right.
I probably wouldn't have made that choice personally.
You know why I think they did that, though? Because with the January 4th show coming up in New Japan, I think they want to put the titles on a couple of guys who might be at New Japan January 4th show.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't think the Rascals would... Well, ABC have more of a grounding in New Japan now because I think they were in the junior tag leagues, not this last year, but the year before.
Yeah, they were. So they have a little bit more...
they have a fan base there. Right, also, they're part of Bullet Club.
Right. So that makes sense from a strategic point of view for them to hold the titles going into the new year just because, knowing them, they'll likely be at the January 4th show in some capacity.
Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting because right now their junior tag league is going on this very moment.
Right.
Maybe instead of going for the junior heavyweight tag, they go for the impact tag.
Who knows? But
that'd be an interesting perspective.
That was kind of my little spiel for that.
It was 1-2 sweet for ABC to win, and that was kind of a weird sentence, but we're just gonna roll with it. But yeah, thumbs up. I liked it. Oh my God. Okay, this
match was fantastic.
2 thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't make this more majestic even if I tried.
No.
Will Ospreay, Speedball Mike Bailey. This exceeded my expectations.
Yes.
I knew it was going to be a good match.
But can these two have a bad match? That is the question. The answer to that is no. Unless Tony Khan were booking it.
Yes.
Maybe then it would be a bad match.
Yes. But like I said, it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a good match. I knew it. I'm like, this is going to be a really good match, a lot of fun. Then I'm like, oh my God, these two are just crushing it. The crowd was super hot. The crowd was great, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome. This was so good. It was Stormbreaker for the win. 2 thumbs up. Pretty much for me the match of the night.
Yeah, and who won that match?
It was Will Ospreay.
Okay, because he said Stormbreaker for the win. It's like
Stormbreaker.
You gotta specify.
I don't think Mike Bailey's going to be doing a Stormbreaker. Anyway, call your Shot Gauntlet. This was better than I expected.
It was. But I did expect a little bit of a train wreck, but that's fine. It was still pretty good.
Yes.
I like the debut of Sonny Kiss.
Yep, Sonny Kiss showed up. We had, who else?
Brian Myers. Not Brian Myers. Mac Cardona made his return.
Juventud Guerrera.
Juventud Guerrera also appeared.
So this was the order that they came in. It was Jake Something, Eddie Edwards, Kenny King, Juventud Guerrera, Johnny Swinger, who did also make a return, Gazelle Shaw, Jody Threat, Kylan King, Sonny Kiss, Bully Ray, Matt Cardona, Jordan Grace, Eric Young, Joe Hendry, Brian Myers, Heath, Frankie Kazarian, Rich Swann, Jonathan Gresham, Dirty Dango.
And then finally it was Bully.
Those two. That was the final two.
So then the final two were Bully Ray and Jordan Grace.
Yes, and they had a traditional match. I did not like that portion of the actual match. Everything else was fine.
Yeah.
Then we got there because Bully Ray is a larger dude, and Jordan Grace, she's big, but Bully Ray has a substantial height and weight advantage.
Right.
That they had to be really careful on what they could do.
But Impact does pretty well when it comes to intergender matches.
Mm-hmm.
They do it better than most.
I agree with you on that. I think they're the only ones where I'm okay for the most part with intergender. They don't do it a lot.
No.
But when they do it in a way where everybody still looks good no matter what.
Right, and Bully Ray still looked,
Yeah, he looked good. He looked like a monster. It was Grace Driver for Jordan to win. Or, I'm sorry, the Juggernaut Driver now, because she's called the Juggernaut. And she's going for the Knockouts World Champion at Hard to Kill.
Yep.
She called her shot right there and then. I liked how she didn't waste any time with it. And they're sticking to that. I'll give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up.
Yeah.
The comedy stuff was good. I liked Sonny Kiss and Bully Ray dancing. That was kind of funny. Sonny Kiss really added a lot to that match. I was very surprised on how well Sonny did, and I'm hoping that Sonny stays around. I think they really wasted a good opportunity in AEW with Sonny.
Oh, absolutely. Anyways, moving on to the next match here.
Trinity and Mickie James for the Knockout World Champion.
So is Mickie James retiring now because she lost that match, or is she?
I don't know.
Because remember back, she was saying that she's going to continue wrestling until she loses. Then she got injured.
No. So the last rodeo was basically just a point in time.
Right.
So as soon as she won the Knockouts World Champion, that was the last rodeo. Like, that was the conclusion of that whole rivalry.
Oh, okay.
But she got hurt, and then she had to vacate the championship after she won. Trinity won with the Starstruck, a more violent Starstruck. These two had a good match, but the problem was there was something missing.
Yeah, there was.
I can't put my finger on it. I'm not sure. I don't think it was time. I think they actually gave a decent amount of time. Yep. But there was just something about the match. It didn't feel like that special match that I thought it should have been.
Right.
I think, didn't these two wrestle each other for the Knockouts Champion originally? Oh, no, it was Purrazzo.
It was.
Because Mickie James came back in that tag match at Impact 1000.
Right. It just didn't have the spark that I was expecting.
I'll give it a full thumbs up.
Oh, yeah, it's still a good match.
The potential should have been more than just a good match, And finally, in our main event, Alex Shelley versus Josh Alexander for the Impact World Champion. This was a pretty damn good main event.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to give it a 2 thumbs up. It was close to only being a 1 thumbs up, though.
It was just barely a 2 thumbs up.
Alex Shelley was playing a heel like throughout the entire time of this rivalry,
but he just doesn't fit that heel vibe.
He didn't wrestle like a heel, and I think that's where it was missing. Maybe do some more heel stuff. I think it would have worked a lot better.
But again, Alex Shelley winning the match makes sense because of the New Japan show.
Yep. Josh Alexander's been in Japan before,
but he doesn't show up. He doesn't have the fan base that Alex Shelley has.
Right, Alex Shelley has a lot more of a tenure with the Time Splitters, and he won the tag team champions with not only Chris Sabin but also with Kushida.
Yep.
So I understand that. I think they're really preparing for these are our available champions for January 4th because
the next pay-per-view
is on January 13th.
Right, which is a following weekend.
Yes.
Which
we're definitely going to.
Yeah, well, it's going to be here in Vegas, and it's also going to be the first show with the revived TNA Dane.
So, yes, after the match, it was shell shock for Alex Shelley to win.
Yes.
TNA is coming back. They're going to be called TNA starting at Hard to Kill.
So that's why I said it was the last ever Impact pay-per-view, because this is the last pay-per-view under the Impact Wrestling moniker.
Do you have any background on why they couldn't use TNA as a moniker this entire time?
Because they didn't want to. They had all the copyrights and everything to it, but I just don't think they wanted to.
I wonder if they were trying to build back the reputation before the switch. Or maybe they're looking at new TV and they're doing TNA because that has more of a long tenured name and people want to do TNA. It's TNA wrestling. You know?
It is. It always has been, and now it's coming back.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
I saw that. I'm like, I lost my mind.
I know that.
Social media blew up. Nobody was talking about fucking Collision. Who's talking about Collision? TNA is coming back. So this is what they had to go up against. This just really good Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
Overall, just a thumbs up show. Very good. I love it.
Oh, absolutely. So, when we come back, what match? Well, you'll tell us.
I'll talk about it. Yes, I will talk about it because there's a lot of background here.